Hi everybody, I'm Abby. Welcome to Bellastitch. Hello! Happy New Year! I forgot to say Happy New Year on my last video. But, you know, Chinese New Year hasn't happened yet, so yes, we can still say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to returning viewers. I really appreciate it. And thanks for joining me. Okay, it's time for parade number 2. Today I'm going to share my finishes from 2021. And also some hopes and dreams. We'll put it that way. Okay. So I had 24 finishes last year. Not all of them were FFO'd, because I am me. So we'll go through them. The first one is Fox and the Grapes by the Prairie Schooler. My version is stitched on 16 count Aida with DMC variations. So for the big grapes, I use Smyrna crosses, and for the little grapes, I use colonial knots. And then the bird is just 310. So there you go. This was a kitchen project. It was very nice to work on Aida. Very easy to get the tension straight. The tension just right, you know, all of that, since kitchen projects are usually done in hand. So yes, I stitch in the kitchen. You don't flash fry bacon. I do have 4 children, so we eat a pot of bacon at a time, and it takes a while to cook. And then any other time, like waiting for pasta water to boil. If you're simmering a sauce that needs to be stirred every few minutes, that's perfect stitching time for me anyway. The next one, that was finished on January 10th. And then on January 15th, I finished Christmas Reindeer by Kathy Barrick. This is stitched on 36 count Navy Bean by Lakeside Linens, and I just use HDF silks from Stash. I picked the red and the green, and that's it. So this will be finished into an ornament, probably a flat or a pillow. I don't know. I mean, it's either going to be a flat or a pillow, right? So that's finish number 2. Finish number 3, I finished on January 22nd. I averaged about... Never mind. Well, I did 24 finishes, so 2 finishes a month. For January, I had 3 finishes. So this is Random Thoughts on Autumn by Erica Michaels. This is again stitched on 16 count Aida. Another kitchen project. I used 2 strands of Gloriana mahogany. And the bottom part here was supposed to be a row of leaves, but that's just boring. So I stitched 2 foxes, just mirror image of each other. This fox is from Plumstreet Sampler. It's my favorite font sampler. So there you go. And then it's just finished as a simple pillow. I don't really do trim too much. This fabric is from AC Moore, like nice iridescent. It's a copper colored fabric with this iridescent print on it. And then I put a wool felt patch where I filled it. So that's third finish, Random Thoughts on Autumn. And then February 22nd, I finished Beneath the Sunlit Sky by Blackbird. This is on 32 count Jobelan chai tea, I think. Oh, let's back up. Okay, I used floss from Stash. I don't really remember what I used. Yeah, this was super fun to stitch. I'm so glad that it's finished. It will have to be framed. I need to get a frame for it. Actually, will this fit in here? Oh, it will. I have a frame for it. Haha, it will fit in this 11 by 9 frame. Alright, so maybe on the next update you'll see that framed. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to not wrinkle anything up again. Okay, next, so that was February 22nd. February 28th, I finished Shoe Fancy Blanket by Pineberry Lane. This is on 36 count lentil with HDF silks. This is super fun. I would like to stitch more of the Fancy Blanket charts. Very, very pretty. This will, I don't know, will this be framed? Maybe framed or like a flat, stand-up flat thing. We'll see. And then next, March 10th, I finished Giving Thanks by Little House Needleworks. I think I used a called for floss. This may have been like a silk thread pack, yeah, where they have the chart and the floss packaged together. So the finishing fabric is from Marlene. Hi, Marlene. In lessons learned, I need to put the finishing fabric closer, but you know, there you go. Because like it kind of curves to the seam, and then there's no curve on this side, so I need to adjust for that. And then again, just a green piece of wool for the back where I sew everything inside out when I finish. That way I have nice clean edges. And then I cut a hole on the back side, turn it inside out, stuff it, and then I just whip stitch the patch, the wool felt. So there's that. That was March 10th. And then on March 16th, I finished, I'm so proud of this. I finished Battle of Mactan. This piece I designed, conceptualized, designed, stitched. I have not released this chart. I'm not prepared to do that. I need to talk to an accountant or something to figure out how you do that in Massachusetts, because, you know, I don't need the IRS hunting me down. Okay, so how do I... So I've had this idea for like 5 years now to do a project on the Battle of Mactan. But it just never came together. I wasn't sure. Like, I had the basic idea. This long poem was originally went in 1621. Magellan tried to conquer the kingdom of Mactan, and in the ocean blue he was killed by Lapu-Lapu. Something like that. Short four-liner. Didn't really depict anything. There was no oomph. It was sorely lacking in every possible way. So I sent out a bad signal. I contacted my dearest friend, Jen. We've been friends since kindergarten. I told her about my idea. I gave her the 4 lines that my brain could come up with. And in a couple hours, she came back with this majestic poem. I will read it to you. In April 1521, the famed voyager set his eyes upon Mactan, the kingdom he aimed to conquer. He sailed across the peaceful sea, his men armed and ready, oblivious to the reality that the battle would be deadly. They came in the morning light, but the natives were not afraid. The men stood tall, ready to fight the colonizer and his blade. And on the blood-red shore, with water once clear blue, Ferdinand Magellan fell by the spear of Lapu-Lapu. So, here's Magellan, there's Lapu-Lapu, here are the people, the Spaniards on their boat, and then the flags I stitched in red and gold for the Spanish flag. This is not its final form. It's currently mounted on a piece of woven fabric from the Philippines. But this fabric is not from the same region as Mactan. So the Philippines has 3 main sections: North, Middle, South, essentially Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. This fabric is from Luzon. It's indigenous to mountain tribes. And Mactan is in the Visayas, it's in the middle. It's more like, it's an island, so fishing, not really mountainous, you know. It's the wrong fabric. I mean, it's pretty, but this is not the final form. When it's safe to travel, and when I have relatives who can freely travel within the Philippines and outside the Philippines, I can ask someone to get me fabric from the Visayas, where I can mount this finally as its finished form. So it's a finish for now, FFN. Okay, next, I stitched that for Stitch Asia, hashtag Stitch Asia, which I started for the month of March. Just something to, I don't know, celebrate Asia in all its forms. Asian designs, Asian designers, Asian makers, you know, all forms. All forms. Okay, so the next project for Stitch Asia is the Katakana Sampler. I feel like I'm saying katakana. It should be like right? Sharp vowels. I'm saying it like a valley girl. Katakana Sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. Jacob is a golden unicorn. He's an amazing person. He's lovely. And he's a brilliant designer. This is one of his designs. So I also have the Hiragana Sampler. I would like to stitch that as well this year in the same materials. So this is 40 count Country Mocha by Zweigart. Zweigart or Death. And the orange, this, you know, vermilion color is Rhubarb. Sun Ripened Rhubarb by Silk Gatherers. Thread and Color Silk and Colors with Thread Gatherer. It's no longer being produced, unfortunately. The black is Primitive Black by HDF. Okay, next is Peacock Pin Keep. I finished this April 19. So this is by Blackbird Designs. I used floss from Stash, and then I had this gingham. I don't know what count it is. It's not, I don't know, is this Zweigart? I don't think it's Zweigart because it's not orange. But it's very nice to work with. So that's the top of the drum. And then I have the band over here. It's the alphabet. So it's harder to see. Okay. Yeah. And then I rarely stitch my initials. I just stitch Abby. That, there you go. And then next, on May 28th, I finished LW 1888 by Leela Studio. This is on 55 count. 55 count Balina by Zweigart. I got mine from Amazon. There's a shop, I forget the name of the shop, but just do a search for Zweigart and then click Prime and then the shop will show up. So 55 count Balina. The floss is 1 strand over 2 Dragon Blood by HDF. So this was not hard to stitch, and how I stitched this is I take my glasses off. I am farsighted. I'm wearing progressive, so farsighted with like a bit of reading, and I stitch it like this, like 2 inches from my face. And it's great! Or I have a very high-powered magnifier downstairs. Those are the 2 ways to stitch for me on 55 count. Okay, next. On June 13th, I finished Waiting for the Harvest by Blackbird Designs. This is on 36 count Ale by Picture This Plus. 2 strands over 2 of... I can't remember. I don't know. It's an HDF, I think. I don't remember what it is. Instead of stitching initials, I stitched another bird here and another bird here. And then I made it symmetrical here and here. Because there are 6 people in my family. So this one I'll turn into a pillow. I'm gonna see if I still have this fabric. Maybe, oh, maybe not. What do you think? Or maybe just the wool. I think the wool, the brown wool. And a cute little pillow for our fall. Okay, next is June 28th. I finished One Sheep by Kathy Barrick. This is done on 32 count blue spruce with DMC, called for DMC. It's super, super cute. This was so fun to stitch and it finished up really quick. This was one of my Stitch 42 starts. So, as well as Beneath the Sunlit Sky, I think, is a Stitch 42 start. So, it's super nice. I think in November I'll do a Stitch 42 parade. Where are they now? Stitch 42 parade. And we'll see so I can see how much I've done, how much I have left, who retired, you know, all that fun stuff. Okay, next is these two projects. These were also Stitch 42. This one was a Stitch 42 project. These are both by Homespun Elegance. They came from the same chart. I used DMC 310. The orange is DMC Variations 4130. The green is, I don't know, spinach or broccoli, something like that, from Crescent Colors. And then this is an HDF. And then this 2021 2021 charm is from Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Okay, so there you go. Those are cute. And then I finished those July 3rd and July 15th. And then July 16th, I finished Da Oiseau by Blackbird from the book Ooh La La. This is stitched on vintage light exemplar 40 count by Lakeside Linens with HDF Gandhi Tango 1/2. This will go on a frame. It has to go on a frame. It's so beautiful. I need to order a frame for it. Where do you guys order frames? Let me know. Okay, next, July 20th, I finished October 31st by Blackbird from the Winds of Autumn book. This is stitched on 36 count, vintage tarnished silver. I forget my floss. It's a water lilies, 2 strands over 2. This was super fun. It's finished as a drum. I've never finished a drum. I don't know how I'm gonna finish that yet. I mean, it has to be round, right? Maybe a hoop? I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay, next, from the same book, on August 15th, I finished Spell of the Moon by Blackbird from the book Winds of Autumn. This will be finished into a flat ornament, or just a flat, you know, just a flat thing. Super pretty. I used the same floss. I used the leftover water lilies for this one, and then a lighter gray, and then this is HDF. For the moon, I stitched the outside ring first, and then I went this way, 1 row, 1 row, 1 row. That way, it really emphasized the floss variegation. So I like that very much. Next is Finger Lake Sampler by Bright Needle. I have that framed over here. I stitched that while I was at the Finger Lake. Super fun. I was trying to finish it there, but it didn't happen. But that's fine. I finished it while we were on vacation at the Thousand Islands in New York. Super fun finish. I love the alphabet. It's so funky. I don't know. I hope to stitch more Bright Needle designs in the future. Okay. Next is Enchanted Crow by Threadwork Primitives. This was also stitched while on vacation. I just used floss from Stash. Super cute. This was super fun to stitch. Ornament. That will become an ornament. Next is Bluebirds, Needles, and Pins by Blackbird. Stitched with floss from Stash. These are HDF floss. The pink is Pansy. That's all I can remember. On 36 count cream Zweigart. This is from the book with Needle and Thread. The book's out of print. But if you can find it, go buy it. There's plenty of beautiful designs in it. Okay, next, September 25th, I finished Evergreen. This was a Stitch 42 project, but this is a restart because I couldn't find... I had the floss, I had the pattern, I couldn't find my fabric. They got separated at some point. I have since found the fabric. I had like a tiny start on it, so I'm just gonna rip that out. I originally started it on Zweigart, I believe Country Mocha. This is 55 count Bellina in cream. I used pomegranate, Havana, no, not Havana, the other one. And then the green is Dry Time. I think cocoa for the brown. So, okay, so this is an old Blackbird design. So the called for colors, it's supposed to be 2 shades of green and a pink. The 2 shades of green are now 2 shades of browny green. So I changed it up. That one's cute. It needs a frame. Next is Jack's House by Stacy Nash Primitives. I love this. I need more Stacy Nash in my life. This is on 36 count tarnished silver, vintage tarnished silver by Lakeside. I used the brown is Kodiakary by HDF. The orange is Fallen Leaves by Classic Colorworks. This is Roasted Marshmallow, I think. Super cute. I love it. Yeah, I need to get... That's my only Stacy Nash pumpkin, so I need to get the other ones eventually. Okay. Next, October 31st, I finished this. This was a Stitch 42. Tombstone Spots by the Primitive Needle. I love it. It's beautiful. Memento Mori. I don't know the significance of the date 1821 or 1781, but I left it there. I used mostly floss from Stash. I mixed it up. I had some of the called for, not all. So I just... The yellow is Curry. That's called for. Bark is called for. That's the dark on the numbers. And then... I don't remember the rest. The purple is an HDF. One of the greens is Endive, Endive. The key and the urn are stitched on Gloriana Garden Trellis, I think. I can't remember the floss, but there you go. It's so pretty. It's on 36 count Ren. 32 count Ren. 32 count Ren 2/2. Okay, and my last finish is Winifred Glark by Pineberry Lane. This is so beautiful. It needs a frame. I used HDF floss. The salmon is Tarts Knickers. The light green is Moss. The darker green, I think, is Fried Pickles. I'm not sure. So pretty. This was a kitchen project, so stitched in hand. It's not... Okay, so when I'm stitching in hand, I'm like so picky with my stitches. I'm like, oh, it's ugly, it's ugly, it's ugly. But once you iron it, like press it nice and start like blocking the fabric, stretching it a bit, it it helps neaten up the stitches. The stitches don't look as wonky, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so those are my finishes for 2021. 24. I hope I can finish more this year, but you know, no pressure. I do have some very lofty goals. I'm hoping to finish. I am gonna finish a Long Dog Sampler this year, at least one, Opening Gambit. That will be finished soon. And I will finish Modern Folk Embroidery 2021 Sal. I will put a dent on Peacock, Unicorn, and a Badger. And I don't know what else. I would like to finish some of my whips. And now here's the fun part. My immediate radar bin, I'll share with you. Okay, so while I was in the process of cleaning my room, some of these items, some of my charts, called quite loudly to me and begged me to put them in a special bin, my immediate radar bin. So just a few charts, you know, just a few. Okay, first one in my project bag from S.C. Johnson. It has a nice crisp zip. This is Cherry Hollow Farm. This is a horrible photo, but you know, go to Kansas City Girl in the Colorado World and see her finish of this. It's amazing. I don't have all of the called for floss. I have some. For the red, I chose Black Cherry. This is, what is this? Gloriana. Black Cherry. And I will stitch this on Vintage Light Exemplar by Lakeside. So that will get started. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that with Angela, who is at Food and Yarn on Instagram, and Amy Gable Stitcher. Not sure when. And then I would like to start something from this. I don't know yet though. I don't want to crack this open because that's dangerous territory right there. Okay, and then just a couple of Halloween ornaments, maybe some smalls. This is cute, but I'd only stitch the cat and the moon. I wouldn't do all of that. And then what else? I liked a few things here. I like that cat. That one's interesting. I like all these cat designs. We don't own a cat. Okay, another cat. Oh, that one. I can't see. It's hard to see. Okay, I'm gonna have to break this magazine or something. Okay, that one. And let's see. This one's cute. Is there not like a page where these can be seen? Okay, here. This one, spells. That one's interesting. I like that. Okay. And then, oh, if you can find this issue, this is September. I covered the date. September, October 2009. This is what the cover looks like. This has so many goodies in it. I like this guy. And oh, Halloween Revelry is also here. This is a whip. It's a primitive needle. It's so pretty. Yeah. Do you have this chart? Can I borrow it? I like this one. in this one. And then also in this magazine, there's a Blackbird, there's a Prairie Moon. So that's a Blackbird, there's a Prairie Moon stocking. So that's cute. Those should be quick. Okay, and then, oh, I love this. I would like to thank Elizabeth Ashmore. Thanks, Elizabeth. This is Esmeralda's House by Bright Needle. I will start this year. I haven't figured out fabric, but I have fabric for this. Esmeralda's House. It's the haunted house. It's so cute. That's getting started this year. And then this one, Kingsford Sampler by Kathy Barry, Carriage House. Love that. From this book, Autumn at Not Forgotten Farm, I would like to stitch, yeah, this one on the cover. Again, I don't know when I'm going to stitch any of these, or if I'm even going to stitch most of these, but they were calling to me, so they're up on the short list. Yes, this is a short list. Okay, and then from this book, oh, I didn't show the book. Just Cross Stitch Halloween Collection, this one. I like that, that's funky. And then this is a whip. This was a whip that I need to restart. And then this is like, I don't know, how the book is bound. It's so hard to use, so I have ripped out pages from it. And then, I don't know, I'll probably have it bound at Kinko's or Staples when COVID's not running rampant anymore. Okay, and then from this issue, I haven't picked out Christmas ornaments. Just, it's all been Halloween this, Halloween that. Okay, I like this. She's weird, she's funky. That is by the Primitive Hair. And then, oh, there's a cute sugar skull. That's cute. And then these are Nikki's Creations. They're cute. That's that. And then I have this Phoebe. Oh, this is Primitive Needle, isn't it? The Witch. Okay, and then from this book, Across Stitch Christmas, Better Homes and Gardens. Copyright 2001. I like... Oh, that's in the beginning. This one, Lo How a Rose. It's super pretty, it's sweet. That should be a quick stitch. Let's see, where's the chart for that? Oh. Okay, 88 by 42. Oh, that is tiny. On 32 count. What? 5.5. That's not right. It is not 42. That is wrong. That is not 88 by 42. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's at least 160 by 160. The heck? Alright. Next, I have Earth Sampler. by the Primitive Needle. Next is, oh, Kathy Barrick from Just Cross Stitch, June 2005. This one. Super cute. I have the floss. Should keep them together. Ziploc bag. No fabric yet. And then this was a Stitch 42 start that I need to restart. I did not like how mine was going. I need to find some dark fabric for that. Next is a Quaker Study by Carriage House Samplings. I've loved this forever and a day. I need to start it already. And then Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain, just, you know, a small. Just a quick little thing, small. I also bought Riley Harbor a while ago. I want to start that too. This is Bloom Where You Are Planted. It's 66 by 65. That's tiny. That is really tiny. I should do that. This one, Red Reindeer. I've loved this. I saw the model in 2004 at the shop in East Aurora, New York. What is that place called? It's no longer there. But I saw it there and I fell in love with it. They didn't have the chart when I was there, but I was able to buy it. So this chart's from Welcome Stitchery. I probably got it from Stash Unload or something. Love that. I love All Birds of a Feather. This is Mermaid Sampler. I have fabric for it. It doesn't look like Swigart. Swigart or Death. I love that. I love the whale. So cute. Okay. And then I have this. I have a couple of Adam and Eve charts. I have yet to start one. So I need to start one. Primitive Needle. I need to start this and finish it and find someone who has Patriotic Jack so we can trade. I love that. I have Hoodoo Voodoo. We need to start that. I love this. This was a magazine chart. Just Cross Stitch, September, October 2012. I just have this page and the, you know, the chart. Okay, Little by Little. It's just a, you know, it's so sweet. Right? It's just a quick little list, right? Little House Needleworks. The Inn at Fox River Mill. I mean, I should have this done already. Poinsettia House. This is Buttons and Pins, Reward of Merit. So cute! This is Exemplars from the Heart, the House on the Hill sampler. That's a big hill though, I don't know. But it's so cute. This is the Nebby needle. Man, the freaking big houses. These houses are to scale. But they're so pretty. Okay. This is Live Each Season by Maggie Bononomy. Released through Blackbird. Oh, come on. I like it because it's different. It's not the typical Blackbird design. Okay, next, Not Forgotten Farm. I love this. I bought this a while ago and then Nikki Noodle finished her. So like now I need to stitch it because it's beautiful. Okay, next is Quaker Alphabet. I meant to stitch this last summer, but I didn't get to it. So I would love to stitch this. And then Halloween at Hollyberry Farm by Stacey Nash, which I'm thinking would look really good on Lakeside Wood Smoke. Maybe What do you think? What do you think? Oh, look, I found my hedgerow birds chart. Okay, this is... I blame Shelly. Hi, Shelly! So I've had this for a while, and Shelly started it. No, that's not it. This one I blame on Shelly. I've had this for a while. I've always loved it, and now I need to start it. I have none of these colors. I have endive. And maybe tin bucket. I need to find a red. What red did you use, Shelly? Love that. I love this. I'm not blaming Shelly on this. I saw this at Celebration ages ago. It did not buy the wool. I should have bought the wool. I'm not gonna buy the wool. I'm gonna use HDF. It's so pretty. I'm also trying to buy, not to buy so much. I'm gonna stitch mostly from stash because for my birthday, hashtag Bellastitch birthday sale 2022, I want to start Mermaid's Folly by Courtney Collection. I don't have the chart, I don't have fabric, I don't have silk. Yes, it will be done in silk. So I need to use my money for that. Hot cider. So cute. Everything's so cute. Okay, I got this for Christmas. I like this house. This is Summer's Last Rose. I like that house. That house is... Let me stitch that from stash for sure. I like that that color though. Where is it? Oh, there it is. That is Aztec Red. Do I have that? Maybe. Bright Leaf. I have Bright Leaf. I don't have Cadet. That's easy. I can stitch that. I can do that. Okay, and then my French girl. We're gonna start a French girl this year. And by we, me, Angela Gable, Food and Yarn, at Food and Yarn, Amy Gable Stitcher, Margaret Hay, Christine, Tantatini is starting. Who else is starting? So Stitch a French Girl this year. This is Hermance Cartalier. I don't know. 1914 by Reflet de Soie. And then I was supposed to start Joyeux Noël by Blackbird with Amy and Julie, but I didn't. I want to start this. I love this. I fell in love with this at Celebration of Needlework until Scandinavian Stitches took my money and ghosted me for 3 years. They have since refunded my money, and I actually had the audacity to send me a coupon code. Like I would ever shop with them again. No thank you. Anyway, this is beautiful. I love Christmas. Christmas is like 200 something days away. Yes, 200 something days away because Filipino Christmas starts September 1st. So, need to get going on that. Next, I love this funky house. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Next is this Wicked by Barbara Anna. So cute. I have just a few more, like 50 more. Sea Witch by Primitive Hair. This is Time Flies by The Drawn Thread. This is Barnyard by Workbasket. It's so cute. I love the little critters. This is Town by Workbasket. This is Mermaid Sampler 1756 by The Scarlet Letter. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, this is Cottage Garden. So cute. Oh, the cheerful houses. This is Sheepish Designs. It's small. On 35 count, it's 8 by 4. That's tiny. Next is Ship of Life. It's beautiful. Love this. Next is Phoebe's Forest. I have stitched 2 of the deer. I use them for ornaments, but I would like to stitch the bigger sampler, I think. Or maybe just a small one. The small one's cute. Next is Trick or Treat by the Drawn Thread. That's beautiful. This is Midsummer Night's Design, Simple Pleasures. Okay, I've been collecting since 2003, at least. Right, that's when I started collecting here in the States. So, I have a lot of stuff. This is Bright Needle, Rainbow Village Sampler. And then, I need to start this. Quaker Christmas. This is one of the candidates for my floss, but I'm not sure yet. And then Quaker Gone Haunted, signed by Michelle Ink. I need to start it. Oh my goodness. I met her at Celebration. She is so sweet. This is Quaker Medallion Sampler. Beautiful. This is Thriller by Sampler Cove. This is Hands-On Design, Stitch Every Day. Yes, please. This is signed Fox, Spirits of the Woods by the Primitive Hare. She's also super sweet. I met her at Celebration. And then, oh, Cape Cod Boys and Cape Cod Girls will need to be restitched because I messed that up. Why do I have fabric here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna stitch them on Vintage Lentil by Lakeside. Okay. Next is the Work Basket, Fox Forest. I love that. Next is, oh, the last one. Oh, no, not the last one. This is, oh, I don't want to show the chart. Rachel Ellis. I need to restart it because there's over 1. So, I found some 32 count. And that's what I'm going to use for that. And then lastly, You and I Friends, Primitive Lady. She's so cute. There you go. That's my short list. That's my short list. I know I'm insane. It's fine. It's fine. Repeat after me. It's fine. I don't plan to start all of them this year. Eventually. Not this year. I'm not in a rush. I don't have this overwhelming need to start all the things. Not this year. I will stitch all the things. All my whips. I would like to put a dent on several things. And we'll see. We'll see how much I finish this year. Alright, that's all I have for today. Next time, I will show you my previous finishes. How about that? Does that sound good? Another parade? Guess why not? Have 3 parades. That'll probably be in February, because it's already January. Vanna! What day is it? Okay. It's that day. So, finish parade will not happen anytime soon. Maybe, give me a couple of weeks or so. And then we'll do that. And then, hopefully I'll have Opening Gambit finished by then. Maybe, right? Maybe? Alright, that's all I have. No, that's a lie. I do want to talk very briefly about two celebrities that had, well, three celebrities that had amazing impact on my life. Great impact on my life. First of all, Betty White. Everyone's grandma, right? She's adorable, amazing. I like what Ryan Reynolds said. He said, how can someone have lived such a long life and still not long enough? Something to that effect, which is so true. The next person is Anne Rice. I fell in love with the vampires and the Mayfair witches. And, yeah, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have met my husband. It's just... that one hit hard. And the last celebrity, she is a celebrity, is Pat Carson of Precious Moments. I met Pat in the late 90s. In 1995, I think, or 96, she went to the Philippines. She was the first big, cross-stitch celebrity to visit the Philippines. And she had an exhibit. And in the exhibit, I fell madly in love with Noah's Ark. Precious Moments Noah's Ark. She had it there on display. It was gorgeous. It was breathtaking. I loved it. So I immediately went to the shop in the Philippines. My LNS was Dreams in Glorieta. I lived in Fort Bonifacio, so that was the closest one. I bought Ada. I think I bought 11 count Ada. I wanted it huge. I wanted it to be this massive, massive thing. I bought the Ada. I bought the DMC. And I started stitching from the top up, so like the two ostriches, and then I worked my way down. And then it was time to stitch the water, and it called for Marlet. I searched all over the Philippines. I could not find Marlet. I wrote a letter to... Oh, my mom had asked some of her cousins. She had cousins in Maryland and California and Nevada, like, can you buy Marlet? And they're like, hey, what the heck is that? They don't have it at Joann's or Michael's. Let us know where to go to buy it. We don't know where it is. So I wrote a letter. This was the late 90s. I wrote a letter with ink on paper, and I sent the letter to Pat Carson. I found an address in one of the leaflets. I asked her what Marlet is. What's Marlet? I'm stitching Noah's Ark on 11 count Ada. I want it to look like the model that I saw when you presented at the exhibit. Like, your version was beautiful. I want that same beautiful floss for mine. I have people in America. Where do I tell them to buy Marlet? Now, back in the day, it would take at least a month for mail from Manila to go to wherever outside the country. So I knew I wasn't going to hear from her for at least 3 months, if I'm lucky. So I don't know how many months after, but I come home from school and my mom's like, you have a package. And I'm like, I don't ever get packages. And it was from Pat. She wrote me a lovely letter and sent me all the Marlet plus more that I could need to finish my Noah's Ark on 11 count Ada. So that was totally unnecessary, probably expensive, and it was just so incredibly sweet. yeah, she's Cross-Stitch's fairy godmother. And she was young. She was 75. That's young. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to meet her again. I wish I did, but you know. She was always very sweet, and she has charities that she supports in the Philippines, and that's, you know, melts my cold dead heart. So yeah, that's all. I don't know, I love sharing that story. I adore Pat, so I hope you're staying safe. I hope you and your people are well, and that, I don't know, just be safe, be smart, believe in science, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
So I wake up by noon 'cause I've been crying all night, and then I go to the fridge 'cause there's beer inside, and I scream from the top of my lungs.